Moonlit Dance, an Izuku Midoriya ex-listener fanfiction. It was that time of the year again, the school Christmas ball. No one had asked you to go with them yet, and you were way too awkward to ask someone yourself. "It's so cold out here," you mutter whilst walking to school, when you felt someone bump into you. I'm so sorry," Midoriya said with a blush. "Oh, hey Midoriya," you say. "Say, Wan, are you cold?" the green-haired boy asks, seeing you shiver. "Just a little bit, yeah," you respond. "Here, you can wear my jacket then." He hands you the jacket and quickly walks to the dorms. Before you could thank him, he had already left. You decide to stroll around a bit longer, but eventually head back to the dorms as well. You didn't see Midoriya anywhere, so you didn't have the opportunity to give him back his jacket. The dorms were decorated by the third-year students, and it looked amazing. There was garland and tinsel everywhere, and there were Christmas trees in front of every dorm building. You head to your room, with his jacket still on. "I'm sure I can give it back later," you mutter. Stepping inside, you put the jacket on a chair and start studying for the exams that were a week before the ball. You weren't really planning on going to the ball, but something deep inside of you kind of wanted Midoriya to ask you to the ball. Midoriya, on the other hand, had been trying to come up with ideas on how to ask you to go with him, since he didn't really have the courage to just walk up to you. It was now 1 week before the ball, and nothing had changed. You were a little disappointed that he hadn't asked you yet, but you decided you would just have fun by yourself. "Maybe he asked Ochako to go with him instead," you murmur. "I mean, the two of them were always really close anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me." You chose to try and ignore it, but you could still feel a hint of sadness in your heart. When Midoriya saw you in the hallway, he decided it was time. He walked up to you with a gigantic blush on his face and stuttered, "Hey, YN? Would you maybe want to go to the dance with me? I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. It's not like I'm forcing you. I just wanted to know if you would." I'd love to, Izuku," you quietly reply with a blush that was almost as big as Midoriya's. "That's great. I'll pick you up at 8 at your dorm, okay?" "Sure. See you then." Both of you head back to classes. That week went by way too slow for both you and Midoriya. The poor boy had been practicing what to say and do the entire time so he wouldn't mess up. You had just been waiting in anticipation for what was to come. The day finally arrived, and at 8 p.m. sharp, you heard a knock on your door. When you opened the door, Midoriya's eyes started sparkling. "You look very stunning, YN," he exclaimed. "Aw, thanks, Izuku. You look very handsome yourself as well." You take his arm and the two of you walk over to the hall where the ball would be held. When you stepped inside together, you could see the jealousy in Ochako's eyes. "So she does like Izuku," you thought to yourself. You decided that you weren't going to let it get to you, and to just have a good night with your date. The two of you danced for quite a while, until you had to use the bathroom. When you got back, you saw Ochako talking to Izuku. It was clear he was uncomfortable because of the situation, so you decided to step in. "Ochako, can't you see Izuku is clearly uncomfortable right now?" "Ugh, fine, go have fun together. Geez, I'm sorry," she said with an annoyed face. "Are you okay, Izuku?" you ask him with a gentle smile. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me out there. Would you maybe like to go dance again?" he questioned. "Of course," you respond, and you take his arm to guide him over to an open space on the dance floor. Izuku puts his arm around your waist, slowly making sure to check if you were comfortable. You gave him a reassuring nod and rested your arms on his shoulder. Izuku pulled you closer and connected his lips with yours. The two of you danced all night and had a lot of fun. Christmas really is the most wonderful time of the year, you thought to yourself.